Every time you click something, buy something, or send a message, you're creating this little digital footprint. But have you ever stopped to think about who's following that trail? Today, we're diving into information risk and ethics. And yeah, that sounds kind of fancy, but it really boils down to one simple question. Who's watching your data, and are they doing it right? Seriously, just think about it for a second. Your emails, your shopping history, your phone's location. Where is all that stuff right now? Who has the keys? And more importantly, who's responsible for keeping it safe? These aren't just, techie questions. The answers are deeply personal. And that, right there, gets to the very heart of what we're talking about. We are living in a world just swimming with questions about our information. And when that info gets mishandled, well, the consequences can be incredibly real. So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll look at why your data is under threat. Then, we'll sort out the difference between just managing risk and, actually doing the right thing. We'll get into the major threats out there, explore an ethical playbook organizations can use, weigh the challenges versus the rewards, and wrap it all up by figuring out who's ultimately responsible for all this. Okay, so why does this topic matter so much? Because this isn't just about some corporate compliance checklist. It's not just a problem for the IT department to worry about. This is about the fundamental trust we put in companies every single day with our most sensitive information. And when that trust gets broken, the fallout can be huge. Now, to really get a handle on this, we need to be clear about what we mean about a couple of key ideas. They often get tangled up, but they're really two sides of the same very important coin: information risk management and information ethics. First up, let's talk about information risk management. The easiest way to think about this is as the how. It's the nuts and bolts, the technical stuff, the procedures. We're talking firewalls, access controls, threat assessments, all that jazz. The main goal here is pretty straightforward: protect the data, which the organization sees as a really valuable asset. But then, you've got information ethics. And if risk management is the how, ethics is the why. This is the moral compass. It's what makes us ask the bigger questions. Not just how can we protect this data, but should we even have this data in the first place? And are we using it in a way that's fair to people? And here is the absolute crucial difference. Risk management, it tends to see your data as a thing, a corporate asset that needs to be protected. But information ethics sees that exact same data as part of a real person, an individual who deserves respect. Any company that's serious about this needs both. You just can't have one without the other. So what are we actually protecting all this data from? Let's get real about what's at stake here, because the threats are very real, and believe me, they are changing all the time. The risks are way bigger than you might think. I mean, sure, there's the classic hacker scenario, unauthorized access. But what about something like data inaccuracy? Wrong information about you could get you denied for a loan. Or how about a company misusing your data for something you never, ever agreed to? Or massive data breaches that just expose everything. Each one of these has a direct personal impact. All right, so we've laid out the problems, we've talked about the risks, so what do we do about it? What's the solution? Well, it's not some piece of software you can just install and forget about. It's a whole ethical playbook, one that's built on clear principles and actual concrete strategies. At its core, this playbook is built on 4 pillars. First, privacy. That's all about respecting a person's right to control their own information. Then, accountability. That means taking responsibility when things go wrong. Third, transparency. Being totally open and honest about how you collect data and what you do with it. And finally, fairness. Making sure that data is never, ever used to discriminate. So how do you turn those big ideas into action? Well, it's a cycle that never really stops. You start by putting strong security measures in place. Then you develop really clear data policies so everyone knows the rules. After that, you have to check your work with regular audits. And, maybe most importantly, you provide constant training so that this becomes part of the culture. And here's the good news. Companies don't have to make this stuff up from scratch. There are globally recognized frameworks out there to help guide them. You've got standards like ISO 27001 for all the technical security stuff. The OECD provides awesome guidelines on privacy. And professional groups like the ACM have codes of ethics for the actual people building and managing these systems. Of course, none of this is exactly a walk in the park. Putting it all into practice is tough. There are some major challenges. So it's a fair question to ask. Is all this effort really worth it? And the short answer is, oh, absolutely. Look, on one hand, yeah, it's complex, it costs money, and the threats are always changing. But the payoff on the other side is just enormous. You build trust with your customers, which is priceless. You protect your reputation. You stay on the right side of the law. And honestly, you end up making better business decisions. It's not a cost, it's an investment. Which brings us to our last and maybe most important question. When it's all said and done, who actually owns this? Who is responsible for making sure it all happens? The answer might not be what you think. It's not just one person or one single department. At the end of the day, it's a shared responsibility. It has to start at the very top, with leadership setting the tone and creating a culture that really values security and ethics. But from there, it's up to the information professionals, the folks on the front lines, the engineers and the data scientists, to do their jobs with total integrity. And if there's one thing I want you to take away from all this, it's this right here. You cannot treat ethics and risk management like it's some office down the hall. It has to be woven into the very fabric of the company. It's not just a function, it's a culture. And that brings us right back to where we started. In a world where our data is collected and used in a million different ways, that question, is your information truly yours, gets really complicated. The answer, it seems, depends on organizations embracing not just the how of managing risk, but that much deeper why of ethics. It's a question we all need to keep asking. Thanks for tuning in.